maybe it was fitting Nuno relegated Wolves. It was a popular Portuguese coach that led the club to the Premier League 8 years ago. Now at West Ham, his point at Crystal Palace can sign his old club back to the Championship. Down with 5 games to go, the reality is that Wolves relegation has been coming since at least the start of the campaign. Losing their first 6 games, have never managed to clamber their way off the bottom, let alone outside of the bottom 3. So inevitable as it seemed for so long, it's probably worth pointing out what a miserable effort this season has been. Derby's record of the worst points total has been avoided, as were Southampton's last season. In fact, the top 10 lowest Premier League points totals in history. A list that Wolves are likely to be joining very soon. It's only Aston Villa's relegation of a decade ago, after 28 years in the top division, that has been saying an established club fall off quite so badly. As with Villa, most of it was out the problems that led to the pre-date and the current campaign. Wolves have delayed with the drop for a few seasons. They were bottom of the Christmas in 2022, and Vitor Pereira came in the end to turn things around. Star players have been sold, and repeatedly so, while also the case and celebrated B clubs, Bournemouth, Brentford and Brighton. Wolves' erstwhile rival among the middle classes didn't challenge to reinvest with them. Yet there's some baffling tactical decisions by Pereira in the autumn, and there was frustration around the fans when his replacement Rob Edwards failed to hit the ground running, losing each of his first 7 games to bring an end to the hope of manager bounce. Wolves supporters also point to lack of investment from owners Fushon. They recalled how former chairman Jeff Shee once talked about the club's Champions League ambitions after back-to-back 7-place finishes under Nuno, but for the model of all Premier League clubs outside the super rich is reliant on buying well. Wolves spent in excess of 150 million in transfer windows in 2025, and yet they have very little return on investment. Muncie and Agbato have been shipped out. The 6 summer signings with no Premier League experience between them haven't really come close to covering the likes of Cunha, Semedo and Aït-Nouri's exit. Arias is back in Brazil. Teixeira brings pace, but that allows Wolves being unable to bounce Bueno as left back, and Eric Holiday is out of the club, is out of the side despite being the only target man. Cannons have been long since carried. Wolves have sacked both manager and sporting director. Ray oversaw it. The long criticised Shee moved on in December during Edwards' initial run of defeat, and Nathan Shee's no relation. His job is to switch the focus on next season, demanding a rebuild. And squads set to being taken to member relationships. Season tickets are being offered at reduced prices, and Evan's making the right noises, listening to fans. For Edwards, there's been little much to celebrate. Some high wins against Villa and Liverpool that had Molyneux rocking, but it proved to be an awkward task trying to coach cohesion for a group that neither are down would soon be parting ways. The hope is the knowledge they can be is an advantage now. The new chairman released a statement stressing that work had begun underway to bring Wolves back into the Premier League. Ultimately, however, the figures quality or cultural changes being made. The reason why Wolves are exiting the league is down to poor recruitment. Edwards understands this. He's talked of how clubs live and die by recruitment, and referenced by the mistakes that have been made at Wolves. This is expected to be a shift in emphasis back in the Championship. There's certainly Adam Armstrong, who scored goals in the second tier all his life, shows that the overall is going to be vast. It's impossible to overstate the importance of Wolves. Promotion back to the Premier League within the window of parachute payments is vital. There's no need to look down at clubs West Brom, Leicester, etc. to see how it can go well. The previous occasion where Wolves were relegated from the Premier League, they suffered a dreaded double dip and dropped again. When Edwards himself was relegated from the Premier League release in 2024, the exact same thing happened. But what will do far more than just avoid their fate, their ambition will be to go on a journey similar to the one they enjoyed with Nuno. But to first, they've got to recover from the mess that's been created by the end of their time in the Premier League. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.